वृंदावन रम्यस्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहारा। It's okay. वृंदावन रम्यस्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहारा। आवृता कालिंदिने राजहंस केलिकर ताहे शोभे कनक कमाला। आवृता कालिंदिने रे राजहंस केलिकर ताहे शोभे कनक कमाला। तार मध्ये हेमपीठ अष्टदले बेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधान नायिका। तार मध्ये हेमपीठ अष्टदले बेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधान नायिका। तार मध्ये रत्नासने बसियाचे दुई जने श्याम संगे सुंदरी राधिका। तार मध्ये रत्नासने बसियाचे दुई जने श्याम संगे सुंदरी राधिका। रूपालावण्य राशि अमीय परिचेखसि हास्य परिहास संभाषणे। रूप रूपलावण्यराशे अमीया परिचेखासि हास्य परिहास संभाषणे नरोत्तमा दासकाय नित्य लीला सुखमा सदा स्फुरुकमोरमाने नरोत्तमा दासकाय नित्य लीला सुखमा सदा स्फुरुकमोरमाने हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वृंदावन रम्यस्थान दिव्याचिंतामणिधाम रतन मंदिर मनोहर रतन मंदिर मनोहर ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय So we can together recite नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Hare Krishna. So today we will read from second canto, chapter 8, text 21. So, cosmic manifestation. And regarding in that connection, Pariksit Maharaj is asking so many questions. Okay. Samplavas sarvabhutanam Samplavas sarvabhutanam Vikramah pratisankramah Vikramah pratisankramah Ishtapurtasya kamyanam Ishtapurtasya kamyanam Trivargasya chayo vidhi Trivargasya chayo vidhi Samplava sarvabhutanam Vikramah pratisankramah Ishtapurtasya kamyanam Trivargasya chayo vidhi. You can repeat. Actually same tune में करने का कोई ज़रूरत नहीं, जो ट्यून आपको अच्छा लगे उस ट्यून में गाइए, क्योंकि मेरा कंडीशनिंग बहुत स्ट्रांग है. So you can start. Madhurkana. Samplava sarvabhutanam Vikramah pratisankramah मैंने वर्गस्य बोला कि कुछ विर्गस्य बोला? त्रिविर्गस्य बोला मैं? वर्गस्य बोला ना? ओके ओके. संप्लव सर्वभूतानां विक्रमः प्रतिसंक्रमः Mataji's. और कोई? संप्लव सर्वभूतानां इष्टापूर्तस्य काम्यानां त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः. संप्लवः, the perfect means of complete, the perfect means or complete devastation. Sarva bhutanam, of all living beings. Vikramaha, specific power or situation. Pratisankramaha, ultimate destruction. Ishta, performance of Vedic rituals. Purtasya, pious acts in terms of religion. Kamyanam, rituals for economic development. Trivargasya, three means of religion, economic development and sense gratification. Cha, also, yah, whatsoever, vidhi, procedures. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Please explain unto me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, and how they are annihilated. Tell me also the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service unto the Lord. What are the Vedic rituals and injunctions of the supplementary Vedic rites, and what are the procedures of religion, economic development and sense gratification? The purport. How to we'll read from here. Samplavaha, in the sense of perfect, means is employed to denote the discharging of devotional service, and pratisam. It is not coming. Pardon? Where? Okay. Yeah, pratisamplavaha means just the opposite, or that which destroys the progress of devotional service. One who is firmly situated in the devotional service of the Lord can very easily execute the function of conditional life. Living the conditional life is just like playing a boat in the middle of the ocean. One is completely at the mercy of the ocean, and at every movement there is every chance of being drowned in the ocean by slight agitation. If the atmosphere is all right, the boat can ply very easily, undoubtedly, but if there is some storm, fog, wind or cloud, there is every possibility of being drowned in the ocean. No one can control the whims of the ocean. However, one may be materially well equipped. One who has crossed the oceans by ship may have sufficient experience of such dependence upon the mercy of the ocean. But one can ply over the ocean of material existence by the grace of the Lord very easily without any fear of storm or fog. It all depends on the will of the Lord. No one can help if there is some unfortunate danger in the state of conditional life. The devotees of the Lord, however, cross the ocean of material existence without anxiety, because a pure devotee is always protected by the Lord. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimashrida bhajantyananyamanaso gnatva bhutadim avyayam. The Lord gives special attention to His devotees in their activities within the material conditional life. There, that is given in 929. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Therefore, everyone should take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord and be a pure devotee of the Lord by all means. One should know, therefore, from the expert spiritual master the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service. Just as Maharaja Pariksit asked his spiritual master, Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Actually, I didn't understand here disadvantages of discharging devotional service, but there are certain things which are disadvantageous in discharging devotional service. Those things can be discussed. Otherwise, there is no disadvantage in discharging devotional service. Of course, there is disadvantage, like if you discharge devotional service too much, then you will be completely disinclined to material enjoyment. So you lose all sense gratification. So, according to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the science of devotional service, one should not eat more than what he requires to maintain the body and soul together. Vegetable diets and milk are sufficient for maintenance of the human body, and therefore one has no need to eat anything more to satisfy the palate. One should also not accumulate money to become puffed up in the material world. One should earn his livelihood. Oh, क्या हो गया? My God. No, सब विंडोज बंद हो गया. सब, I don't know how. One second, I'll open it. Milk are sufficient for maintenance of the human body, and therefore one has no need to eat anything more to satisfy the palate. One should also not accumulate money to become puffed up in the material world. So we should be very, very careful. If money is really making us proud, and then we should give that money to temple. If money is making you proud, better you use it in Krishna's service. If it is not making you proud, you can keep that money and use it in Krishna's service the way you want. But if it is, oh मेरा money, ऐसा करके सोच के थोड़ा अहंकार आया, तो उसको नहीं रखना चाहिए. One should also not accumulate money to become puffed up in the material world. One should earn his livelihood easily and honestly. For it is better to become a coolie for an honest livelihood than to become a great man in society by hook and crook. There is no harm if one becomes the richest man in the world by honest dealings, but one should not sacrifice the honest means of livelihood simply to accumulate wealth. Such an endeavor is harmful to devotional service. One should not talk nonsense. A devotee's business is to earn the favor of the Lord. Therefore, a devotee should always glorify the Lord in his wonderful creations. A devotee should not decry the creation of the Lord, defying him by saying that he has created a false world. The world is not false. Generally, Mayavadis say, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithyam. So, this world is, there is nothing, even though you see this world, there is no world like that. False. Factually, we have to take so many things from the world for our maintenance. So how we can say that this world is false? Similarly, how can one think of the world as being without form? How can one become formless and at the same time have all intelligence and consciousness, direct and indirect? So there are many things for a pure devotee to learn, and he should learn them perfectly from a bona fide personality like Sukadeva Goswami. The favorable conditions for discharging devotional service are that one should be very enthusiastic in serving the Lord. The Lord, in his form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wanted the cult of devotional service to the Lord to be preached all over the world, in every nook and corner, and therefore a pure devotee's duty is to discharge this order as far as possible. Every devotee should be very enthusiastic not only in performing his daily rituals of devotional service, but in trying to preach the cult peacefully by following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Radha Madhava ki jai, Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Sri Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki jai. If he is not specifically successful in such an attempt, he should not be deterred from the discharge of his duty. Success or failure has no meaning for a pure devotee, because he is a soldier in the field, in the war field. Preaching the cult of devotional service is something like declaring war against materialistic life. There are different kinds of materialists, such as the fruity workers, the mental speculators, the mystic jugglers, and so many others. All of them are against the existence of Godhead. They would declare that they are themselves God, although in every step and in every action they are dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Therefore, a pure devotee may not associate with such gangs of atheists. Okay, Prabhupada is mentioning gangs of atheists. A strong devotee of the Lord will not be misled by such atheistic propaganda of the non-devotees, but a neophyte devotee should be very cautious about them. A devotee should see to the right discharge of devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and should not stick only to the formalities under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master. One should see how much service is being executed, and not simply in the matters of rituals. A devotee should not hanker after anything, but he should be satisfied with things that may automatically come to him by the will of the Lord. That should be the principle of a devotional life, and all these principles are easily learned under the guidance of a spiritual master like Sukadeva Goswami. Maharaja Pariksit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami correctly, and one should follow his example. Maharaja Pariksit inquired about the process of creation, maintenance and destruction of the material world, the process of Vedic rituals, and the method of executing pious activities in terms of the supplementary Vedas like Puranas and Mahabharata. As explained before, the Mahabharata is the history of ancient India, and so also are the Puranas. Pious acts are prescribed in the supplementary Vedas, which are called Smritis, which specifically mention digging tanks and wells for the water supply of the people in general, to plant trees on the public roads, to construct public temples and places of worship of God, to establish places of charity, where the poor destitutes can be provided with foodstuff and other activities are called Purta. Similarly, the process of fulfilling the natural desires for sense gratification was also inquired about by the king for the benefit of all concerned. Om Agnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we are reading from second canto, 8th chapter. All questions of Pariksit Maharaj are mentioned here. Not all questions, actually some questions are there in this chapter, but this chapter is full of questions only. So I was counting on the shlokas, like how many shlokas are just questions only. Each question I was, अरे नहीं आ रहा है, shloka 1, shloka 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. This many questions, 15 shlokas are just questions only. Means in Telugu we say punkhanu punkhaluga, means questions are coming like waves of the ocean. Continuously these questions are coming. So many questions. And here in today's verse is asking how the living entities are being generated, maintained and annihilated. Okay. Samplava sarva bhutanam, all the living entities. So how they are maintained and generated? So it is something in connection to the creation and maintenance and destruction of the universe. Means the whole cycle he is asking about. And what are the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service of the Lord? See, the kamyaya word is used here. So one is like fulfilling the material desires. Kamyaya, where is that shloka? So, ishtapurtasya kamyanam. Generally, ishtapurtasya means these living entities who are living in this material world, they fulfill their desires. So, to fulfill their desire, they will perform some fruitive activity. So, those fruitive activities, when they perform, they will follow particular vidhi. That vidhi is taken from the Vedic literatures, Smriti or Shruti. And most of this Shruti and Smriti deals with dharma, artha, kama. Trivargasya. Trivargasya means actually Purusharthas are 4. Chatush Purusharthas. What is dharma, artha, kama, moksha? But most of the people, when they are living in this world, they are always worried about, I have to live very religious life. I should not be, inflicted with the sinful activities. At the same time, I should enjoy also. Without touched by the sin, I should enjoy. And I should enjoy so much. So, nobody wants to suffer in this world. Okay, only the fools will do the sinful activities because they knowingly, if I steal something, I may get caught and I may be punished for that stealing. But still he will do. Means he is actually number one fool. Or he thinks himself to be very smart. I will steal, but nobody will catch. But real intelligent will understand the Lord will be the observer. The 4 directions, the 10 directions are the observers. They are the witnesses of the sinful activity. The demigods are the witnesses. So he will see so many people watching me, so he will not commit sinful activity, but the tendency to enjoy is not gone. So he will do nicely, but he want to live very comfortable, cozy life. So for that, he will follow all the Vedic rituals. So, yeah. And then people will be engaged in enjoyment only. Actually, in the course of enjoyment, they will voluntarily, see, in the course of practicing Vidhi, they voluntarily accept the trouble. Okay? Vidhi, for following Vidhi, like Ekadashi Vrata, you should not eat anything. So it is like voluntary acceptance of the difficulty. So some people, those people who voluntarily accept in the beginning and later they enjoy, fools and rascals, they deny the Vedas and they enjoy in their as per their own whims, but they will suffer later. Okay? So what is the difference between both? Is there any difference? You are suffering voluntarily, their suffering is given, but ultimately a living entity is suffering. You all agree? Those who do tapasya, sitting in Himalayan mountains and practicing, tolerating all the pain, heat, cold, everything, is a trouble. And a materialistic person will enjoy now and later he will also go through some suffering. He will be caught by the Yama. From spiritual point of view, from the ultimate view of the Vedas, both are same, because the motivation is to enjoy. One is better, definitely the one who is following Vedic rituals and engaged in enjoyment is better. Why he is better? Because since he does pious activities, good activities, he voluntarily accepts tapasya, even though it is for enjoyment. In that course, he may come in contact with some devotee and he will do the same service to the devotee. And he will be benefited for that service. Like, the pious activities, putting the trees on the road, making the wells or the ponds. So somebody has made a big pond, and because of that pond, so much of agricultural land is being cultivated, because in the rainy season you store the water and then rest of the year you use it. So some rice, paddy and vegetables, everything is grown, and those vegetables will be purchased by some devotees, or they are distributed to some devotees, and then the person who do this mundane pious activity will be benefited. So this chance is there for at least pious beings. So that's why pious activities encouraged, and like hardcore sinful activities are discouraged, and people are encouraged to follow at least a trivirgasya vidhi, follow this vidhi. But a real intelligent person will understand, actually when we are in this material world, whoever we are in the middle of the ocean. Okay, actually the ocean what we talk about, Pacific or in Indian Ocean, they're very, very small and tiny. Okay, in front of the Bhavasagara, samsara arnava mapadurmi bahulam. So this samsara arnava is so big, we can't imagine. In any ocean, sometimes ocean is cool, sometimes ocean will be very stormy. The people who ply the boats, ships through the ocean, they will always study the ocean, from which side storms are coming. Is this the season of the storms? all these predictions are made in advance, and then they will go through only those routes where the storms are minimum. But still, in the middle of the ocean, everyone is at the mercy of the ocean. If ocean wants, ocean can just take any big ship into its mouth. It can just gulp it. So that's why if the boats and all, they will follow the rules of the ocean. Okay, ocean is cool this side, or during this time ocean is very stormy, so they avoid those. And this material ocean, we just take analogy from the oceans that we see, but material ocean is not even physical. The size of this material ocean is so actually unlimited. So there, for a moment you may see the ocean is very cool, let me swim, let me enjoy. But next minute you will have crocodile or some shark sitting there. Just you see, recently people went to Kashmir in the mood of enjoyment, and they were all like pious people. They earned their own money, honestly they earned money, and they wanted to spend that money in enjoyment. Anything wrong in it? Nothing wrong in it. The good people, they are they are law obeying people. Everything is perfect. But will the world be as we want it? No. The storm can come from any direction. A terrorist came suddenly and then just shot so many people. So actually those people who have died are died. Those people who have escaped, they are also almost died out of fear. The situation was so tensed. Everybody was running helter-skelter for their lives. So terrible. And people will have the glimpse of this samsara arnava. So, but still, the tendency to enjoy will not fade off. Again, the same thing. They don't realize that there may be storm next moment. So, this is the limitation of the human beings. Only when someone comes in contact with the Supreme Lord, he will understand that there is something wrong in this material world. And he will try to live a life where he will try to find a way to get out of this ocean. Everyone is cozily enjoying in the ocean. In the ocean, everyone is trying to enjoy. But this ocean doesn't allow. Like, what should I do? So what is the best way? Then he will take shelter of a boat. Okay? He will take a shelter of a boat, and that boat is, the captain of the boat is a guru. Guru Karana Dharam. And that guru will know how to maneuver the boat and cross over the ocean. Which direction, if you go, you can cross the ocean. If you go this way, you will end up in a storm and then you will be drowned in the ocean. So that's why Srila Prabhupada very expertly he has formulated. Now you all follow 4 regulative principles. Very simple way, like the whole Vedic Vidhi, he has formulated into 4 regulative principles. And if one follow these 4 regulative principles, he is actually saved from drowning in the ocean. And then he also taught so many things. What are advantages for devotion? Anukulasya sankalpa, pratikulasya varjanam, rakshishyatiti vishwasum. So like he has taught so many things. So this is the role of the guru. And role of the disciple is just to take shelter of the guru. And by listening to the Guru and by following to the instructions of Guru, one can cross over this ocean of material existence. And this Guru will teach. Actually, I opened so many windows. Let me check. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Karma Kanda, Gnana Kanda, Kevala, Vishera Banda. So, in this course, many gurus will teach about the Karma Kanda and Gnana Kanda. That is just Vishera. But a bona fide spiritual master will teach about moksha. He will not stuck a devotee, he will not stuck a living entity with the Trivargasya Vidhi. He will take him, he will make him cross over this three vargasyas, and then he will, in Chaitanya Charitamrita these verses come, maybe we can recite. जीवनिस्तारिते प्रभु ब्रह्मला देशे भ्रमिला देशे देशे आपने आस्वादी भक्ति करिला प्रकाशे. So he will teach. This is 263rd verse. So generally the living entity is Brahmile Deshe Deshe. For the sense gratification, the living entity is going so many, like people are going to Kashmir. For what reason? For sense gratification. Is there any other? Of course, may not be everyone. Some people may be going to Amarnath Yatra, at least some spiritual, but intrinsically there is sense enjoyment. As people take so much trouble for sense enjoyment. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, some living entities come in contact with the Guru, and then they will be revealed the process of devotional service. And then those devotees, actually what they are supposed to do, those who come in contact with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, they all should do Prithvi te ache yadi nagaradi grama. Sorry. Prithvi te ache yat nagaradi grama. Sarvatra prachara haibe, sarvatra prachara haibe mora nama. So, we have to go everywhere being followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we should go to each and every village to fulfill the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should spread the message of the Lord. So, this way we can be fully engaged in Krishna's service. There is no limitation, there is no dearth, unlimited opportunity when we want to preach Krishna consciousness. And that Guru also gives. What Guru gives? A Guru engages in service, and Guru gives the knowledge also. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva Sara. Bhava Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Leela Tattva Ara. So all the knowledge will be given to a devotee who is engaged in this service. So Krishna consciousness means understanding the truth of Krishna, the truth of devotional service, the truth of love of Godhead, the truth of emotional ecstasy, the truth of transcendental mellows, and the truth of the pastimes of the Lord. Śrī-Bhāgavata Tattva Rasa Karila Prachare. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Janaila Samsare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has personally preached the transcendental truths and mellows of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are identical. For Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is a sound incarnation of Krishna. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu broadcast the purport of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. He sometimes spoke for the benefit of his devotees and sometimes empowered one of his devotees to speak while he listened. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present. And even when he is not present, he empowered like Srila Prabhupada to preach Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Otherwise it is not possible to write such purports so expertly and convincing others with those purports. Convincing so many people all around the world is not just an ordinary thing. So this is what actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes empowered one of his devotees to speak. We are so fortunate. So we came in touch with Srila Prabhupada and his movement. Devotional service to Krishna is exactly like a pleasing, jubilant forest of lotus flowers, wherein there is ample honey. I request everyone to taste this honey. If all mental speculators bring the bees of their minds into this forest of lotus flowers and jubilantly enjoy ecstatic love of Krishna day and night, their mental speculation will be completely transcendentally satisfied. Actually, in the course of crossing this material ocean also, Guru makes the life so pleasant. He will make us drinking honey all the time. How? By giving this particular knowledge, all these rasas. Rasa means what? Mellow, right? Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva, Sara, Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Leela Tattva, Ara. All these things will make a devotee relishing his life all throughout. Krishna Bhakti Siddhantagan Yate Prafulla Padmavan Tara Madhukari Aswadana Prema Rasa Kumudavane Prafullita Ratri Dine Tate Charao Mano Bhranga Gana Nana Bhaver Bhakti Jan Hamsa Chakra Vakagan Yate Sabe Karena Vihara Krishna Keli Sumranala, okay. Krishna Keli Sumranala Yaha Pai Sarvakala Bhakta Hamsa Karaye Ahara. So the devotees who have a relationship with Krishna are like the swans and Chakravaka birds who play in that forest of lotus flowers. The birds of those lotus flowers are the pastimes of Krishna and they are edibles for the swan-like devotee. So devotees क्या खाते हैं? भगवान का कथाएं खाते हैं. Okay? Devotees swan जैसे हैं, वो लोगों के लिए वो lotus birds कृष्णा का पास टाइम्स वो सब लोटस का बर्ड्स जैसे है. ये स्वैन्स जाके वो बर्ड्स को खा लेते हैं. And they are okay. The Lord Sri Krishna is always engaged in his transcendental pastimes. Therefore, the devotees following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can always eat those lotus buds, for they are the pastimes of the Lord. So being devotees, we should always look for these transcendental mellows. But what the crows do? Crows will go to the garbage में जाके कचरा खाने में बिजी रहते हैं. So actually listening to nonsense or talking about nonsense, eating something nonsense, talking about somebody, if someone is magnifying and then we are eagerly hearing, all these things are like compared with crow eating the nasty things. But the devotees should use their senses in hearing Krishna Katha, eating Krishna Prasadam, seeing the forms of Krishna, seeing the beautiful forms of devotees. So that way devotees will relish their life. So unfortunately the non-devotees will miss this opportunity, and then whether they are karmakandis, gnanakandis or atheistic people, everyone will miss this opportunity, and they will be on either plus and then minus, or minus and then plus. Okay, suffering first, enjoyment later, or suffering first and enjoyment later. Either way. So who are most intelligent people? Devotees are most intelligent people, and we should follow the footsteps of those devotees and perfect our life. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to give this perfection to all the living beings. And that's why he personally came and he personally gave the meanings of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and he made other devotees to speak the right meanings of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and guided the people to perfection. Okay? And yeah. And we should always remember this verse. How can I? The meaning we will read first. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Okay? We should be very sensible to understand this. Like, I do something, is it a demoniac activity or a divine activity? If it is a demoniac activity, it will develop kama, krodha, moha. These three things will be developed in us. If it is a divine activity or a transcendental, the activity performed with transcendental quality will lead to liberation. Means we will not feel lusty, greedy, angry or disillusioned. It won't be there. So we should be very sensible, sensitive to understand this and then do our activities which are very conducive to liberation. Krishna is assuring to Arjuna, do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities. So, Daivi sampad vimokshaya Nibandhaya surimata Masucha sampadam daivim Abhijatosi Pandava. Transcendental activities. There is no other hope. Other people cannot force us. We ourselves deliberately engage in those devotional activities, then only we will have some hope to get out of this material world. Otherwise, we get caught. So, Lord Krishna is equal to everyone, is equal to material people who are in this material world, people who are in the spiritual world. He provides for everyone. But the only problem is, when we are in the material consciousness, we forget Krishna, and then we are disillusioned, and in disillusionment we cannot live happily. But when we attain the spiritual kingdom, the kingdom of the Lord, then it is very natural we will be rendering eternal service to Krishna, and there is no illusion out there, and in that state of consciousness only we can completely enjoy. So if anyone wants to have such unadulterated enjoyment, and which is everlasting, they should take to this process of devotional service, which is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions? Yes, Prabhu.
लिखा हुआ था कि हमें भोजन कम करना चाहिए, उसमें लिखा हुआ था हमें भोजन कम करना चाहिए।
भोजन कम करना चाहिए, कम करने के लिए नहीं बोले, आपका
मतलब उतना ही करना चाहिए जितना जरूरत हो। और मैंने प्रभुपाद लीलामृत वाला पुस्तक में पढ़ा था कि और खाओ, मतलब ऐसा वो बता रहे थे अपने डिसिपल्स को।
और खाओ करके बोले, आप खाना है नहीं खाना है आपके ऊपर फ्रीडम भी दिया गया है। आप 2 हाथ दिया है, ऐसा हाथ रख सकता है बीच में, आपको नहीं खाना है तो आप खाएंगे, खाओ करके देते जाएगा तो खा नहीं पाएंगे ना, नहीं खा पाएंगे, राइट। सो आपको इतना इंटेलिजेंस होना चाहिए, बस बोलने का तो आपके फ्रीडम है। आपका मुंह तो कोई नहीं बांध के नहीं रखा, कोई हाथ नहीं बांधा, प्रभुपाद लीलामृत में कोई हाथ ऐसा बांध के रखा नहीं ना। सो आपके ऊपर आप स्वतंत्र है जितना खाना, वो प्यार से बोल सकता है ज़्यादा खाओ करके, उनका तो कोई गलत नहीं है, प्यार से बोलना आपके लिए बहुत अच्छा तरीके से बना के देना, और आप डिसाइड कर सकते हैं मेरे लिए क्या चाहिए।
अगर वो ज़्यादा खिला रहे हैं अपने डिसिपल्स को तो उससे आलस और निद्रा उत्पन्न हो सकता है।
क्या उत्पन्न हो सकता है?
ज़्यादा खाने से आलस और निद्रा उत्पन्न हो सकता है। ज़्यादा
व्हाट? आलस, निद्रा, हाँ, यस, हो सकते हैं। इसलिए आप जितना खाने उतना खा लीजिए। वो खिलाने वाले तो अपना प्यार से खिलाएंगे, उनका कोई दोष नहीं है उसमें, खाने वाले के ऊपर दोष है। आपको आलस होता है, ये खाने से आलस होता है, पता है तो नहीं खाना है। हमारा मंदिर में भी कई लोग जस्ट दही राइस खा के चले जाते हैं, इतना 15 वैरायटी रहने के बाद भी जस्ट दही राइस खा के चले जाते हैं। सी होल पॉइंट ये है कि आपका माइंड एजिटेट होके नहीं रहना है। ओके, अभी मेरे जैसे आदमी को थोड़ा सॉल्ट कम हो गया तो मेरा माइंड एजिटेट होता है। सो बेटर आई पुट सम सॉल्ट एंड ईट, सैटिस्फाई माई पैलेट। मैं सैटिस्फाई होके खाऊंगा, केस उधर का उधर क्लोज। ओके, बट हायर लेवल है कि कभी कभी ऐसा भी सिचुएशन आता है, उसको भी सहन के रहना, वो भी नेक्स्ट लेवल है। ओके, नेक्स्ट लेवल है। कभी खाना ही नहीं मिलेगा तो भी सहन के रहना, वो भी नेक्स्ट लेवल है। बट हमारे लेवल में आपको जितना चाहिए उतना खा लीजिए। अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कोई खाना कम दे दिया, किसी के घर में आप प्रसाद खाने गए और उधर सफिशिएंट प्रसादम नहीं मिला, माइंड कितना एजिटेट हो सकते हैं। बोलेंगे नहीं बोलेंगे बात अलग है, बट यू गेट सो मच एजिटेटेड, राइट? होता है कि नहीं? सो वैसे ही इधर जो भी प्रसाद देने वाले को रहता है उनको अच्छा संतुष्ट करके बेजू करके प्रसाद देने वाले को रहता है, बट लेने वाले को रहना है मैं संतुष्ट तक ही खाना है, ग्रीडीनेस का लेवल में नहीं जाना है। आई मीन लोभी बन के नहीं खाने का, जितना है उतना ज़रूरत है उतना खाएंगे तो कोई आपत्ति नहीं है। और जैसे जैसे आपका स्पिरिचुअल एक्टिविटीज़ बढ़ते हैं, आपका खाने का शौक वगैरह कम हो जाता है। आई मीन कम से निकल जाएगा, ऐसा रिड्यूस हो जाता है। क्योंकि रिड्यूस होता है अभी नहीं बोलूँगा मैं, जितना होता है उतना खाएंगे आप बस।
खाने का बिल्कुल इच्छा ही खत्म हो जाता है। पानी भी पीने का इच्छा नहीं करता जब भक्ति बढ़ते चला जाता है तो।
पानी
भी ज़्यादा पीने का इच्छा नहीं करता जब भक्ति बढ़ते चला जाता है तो।
पता नहीं मेरे को इसके बारे में, पानी का रिक्वायरमेंट के बारे में कोई नहीं बोला है। वटेवर आपका शरीर को जो चाहिए वो लेना है। मन को लोभ का स्थिति में नहीं ले जाना है। ऐसा बोलते हैं 50% प्रसाद खाना है, जो पेट में 100 लीटर्स का प्लेस है, 100 लीटर्स का स्पेस है, तो आप 50 लीटर्स तक प्रसाद खाना है, 25 लीटर्स तक पानी से भरना है पेट को, 25 लीटर्स हवा के लिए छोड़ना है। ऐसा आइडियली कोई खा पाया तो वो सही है, वो ग्रीड में नहीं जा रहे। ऐसा आदत जो करते हैं उनका तबीयत हमेशा अच्छा रहता है। मगर 50% से ज़्यादा, ठीक है, 60-65%, 70% यंग एज में कुछ नहीं होता है, बट बुढ़ापा में नहीं खा पाएंगे, तुरंत एसिडिटी हो जाएगा, ये प्रॉब्लम वो प्रॉब्लम। हाँ, सो एक महाराज बोले थे, सेंस कंट्रोल किसको है करके बोल सकते हैं। बोलने के लिए महाराज बोल रहा था, जो 50% पेट भर गया उसके बाद अपना प्लेट को दूर कर दिया, मीन्स ही विल नॉट ईट एनीथिंग मोर। वो ऐसा वाला आदमी को इंद्रिय निग्रह है करके बोल सकता है। आई मीन ट्राई टू प्रैक्टिस, इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट। और थोड़ा खाएंगे, हाँ प्रभु जी तो इतना वेराइटीज़ बनाया, चलो ये वेराइटी तो मैंने ट्राई नहीं किया, वो वेराइटी मैंने ट्राई नहीं किया, एक गुलाब जामुन ही है ना, ऐसे करते करते जाएंगे तो रात तक भूख नहीं लगेगा। हाँ, यू फील सो अनकम्फर्टेबल। सो बहुत ऐसा प्रैक्टिस करेगा तो बहुत अच्छा है। ठीक है, ओके, हरे कृष्णा। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।